Rami X back with another video. Hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as that would be greatly appreciated. Now, with that being said, this is a video that I'm very enthusiastic about, so to speak, as I've been really trying to get this video up for a very long time. But yeah, with that being said, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, share the video to a friend who likes for this, and with that being said, we can now begin the video. Now, to be clear here, Naruto will quite literally have a version of Sukuna within him. Let me explain this. Since Naruto is Sukuna's reincarnation. Now, this Sukuna does not have to abide by the laws of the Naruto universe, but to be exact, he's basically like a second Nine Tails, so to speak. Now, he's much different from the Nine Tails because he is the King of Curses, Sukuna himself, but yeah. With that being said, we start the story off with a young boy walking down the streets of the village. He looked no older than 4 with short hair, which was colored blonde. One villager gave him a look, and then another. He then turned around, giving them a look back. This look was more brazen. It was a look of the devil. This scared the villagers, as they did not see this coming, and they would decide not to mess with the demon child. This demon child is the boy we all know and love as Uzumaki Naruto, or in other words, Naruto Uzumaki. Now, as the title suggests, this is Sukuna's reincarnation we're talking about here, so Naruto looked down on the villagers. To him, they were merely ants who gave him looks, annoying ones at that. Naruto would run off into the woods, where he would train. It was almost as if his body had moved on its own. And this very training made Naruto much stronger. Naruto gained newfound strength each and every day. Now, to compare him to something in the Naruto universe, by the age of 8, he had the average strength of a 24-year-old Jonin in the Naruto universe. Naruto's legs could pull 20 trees each, and his arms could pull 20 stones each. Naruto also improved his lung capacity each and every day. Here, he would speak to the voice inside his head. This voice was Sukuna, the King of Curses. It was as if he could only speak to this man, or, in Naruto's mind, this thing, when he was doing something that could kill him. In this case, it was underwater. This is kind of self-explanatory, because he could drown. Sukuna would ask Naruto a question while sitting upon several bones, skulls, and things alike. How long do you wish to be the human's trash? I'm sure you can see it. You're like a trash can to them. They treat you like you're nothing. Never mind the fact that it's all the Kyuubi's fault. Actually, never mind the fact that without you, this village would succumb to many attacks from various other nations. That's my theory anyway. Naruto sat there silently, holding his breath underneath the water. Now, since you're my reincarnation, and in essence, I'm also my vessel, I'd rather you not let humans look down on you, Naruto. Sukuna would crack his fingers. If only a little bit. Naruto would sigh, as he would say, it's not that I want them to look down on me, but without being able to do what I want, I won't be able to do the reverse by looking down on them. I see. So you want to become a ninja, so you can have that free will. Fine. I don't really care what you do, but if you're not a ninja by the age of 10, so 2 years, then we're following my lead. Alright? Fine. 2 more years would pass. Now Naruto has entered the academy and he is the top student. Sasuke is merely a fly to him. He doesn't really like to listen to Iruka, as Iruka is much weaker than him. He tends to look down on him as well, since, well, Iruka is like nothing to him, just like Sasuke. With that being said, Naruto knew what his place was in the pecking order as far as being a ninja was, so he decided that he would get as strong as he could, due to the fact that he knew he would not be able to progress through the ninja system fast enough to honor his deal with Sukuna of becoming a ninja at the age of 10. Naruto's unforeseen strength would be first seen by Danzo Shimura, or Danzo for short. Some call him an elder, though. Now, with that being said, Danzo seeing this and how determined Naruto was to become a ninja, would, rather than allowing him to become a ninja, would seclude him from society. Danzo saw Naruto at the age of 10 to 8 as too much of a threat to society in his growing strength and his prodigal wits, that he should be confined to solitary confinement for the rest of his life and should only act as a weapon for the Leaf Village and solely a weapon. In Danzo's mind, this was fine. In Danzo's mind, this is what Naruto was designed for, designed to do, nurtured to do. But unfortunately for Danzo himself, this is not what Naruto wanted, and this was not what Sukuna wanted either. Naruto wanted adventure, freedom, a will of his own, power, strength, land, money. He never wanted to starve. He never wanted to be locked away. And he sure as hell didn't want to be told what to do by some quote-unquote lowly human. Naruto now sat down in a cell, so cold and so dark he could barely move. In front of him stood a single potato. He went to grab it, but his body was too weak, and he would black out. Here he would see Sukuna, as Sukuna would smile, putting a finger to his tooth. Do you see me? Look at me. Do I look like the type to want to be in prison? No, Sukuna, you don't. I, Ryomen Sukuna. You think I would like to sit in this cell? I thought you made me a promise, Naruto. Naruto's real body would grit his teeth, as an ominous aura would surround him. This aura was neither Ryomen Sukuna's nor Naruto Uzumaki's. This aura was red with fury. Many of you who watch the Naruto show may know what aura this is, but I'll continue nevertheless. Ryuma would continue. I am the king of curses. Where I'm from, I'm known as a special grade. Actually, I think I'm much higher than that. I really can't remember. Anyway, you will not succumb to the fury of these lowly humans. You're right, Sukuna. I won't. I am Uzumaki Naruto. And I am no scum. Naruto's strength would re-emerge, almost as if he had been at 100%, as he would quickly grab the potato, sinking it down his mouth. In other words, he would devour that potato. With that being said, Naruto would break out of his cell. There stood two Anbu, who had sensed Naruto's presence from far away and had decided to check up on the boy. Naruto now stood still, as he grabbed one in each of his hands and slammed them down into the ground. With that, he would continue to kick them. Kick, kick, kick. This is what he thought in his mind. Kick them until they die. Kick the brats who imprisoned me. Kick the ones who let it happen. Destroy those who are lower than me. Those who try to oppose me. Naruto almost felt evil. Now let me start to explain. This sudden power is the cause of the power of the Nine Tails, the will of the Nine Tails. Now, Sukuna basically makes it so that the Nine Tails doesn't have as much control over Naruto, but this doesn't mean that it, A, can't influence Naruto's abilities, movements, that kind of thing, and B, can't give Naruto its chakra. Right now, Kurama's sole goal, Kurama being the Nine Tails, is to free himself from the seal. So, giving Naruto chakra is the easiest way to do this. And with the disturbance of Sukuna, the seal is much weaker already, so that he can give Naruto an abundance more of chakra. Much earlier than in canon, when we should see this amount of Nine Tails chakra. Now, With that being said, Naruto would continue to walk through the layer of sorts that he was imprisoned in. Each step he took, his malice grew stronger. Each step he took, his anger grew stronger. Each step he took, his power increased. Naruto continued to walk as he asked Sukuna a question. What do we do after we get out of this stinking village? Sukuna would smile. We build our own, of course. Naruto would then say under his breath, that idea doesn't sound too bad. I honestly think I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind making my own village. Naruto got sick of walking around in some sort of labyrinth slash maze slash layer of sorts, as he would then create a mass of chakra surrounding his palm. Slamming it into the wall, half the building would collapse, and the other half would allow Naruto to escape. Naruto now moved on his own, fleeing. As he left, there was a girl. This girl had purple hair. It was short, but it was there. She wore an interesting suit of sorts, but it wasn't some sort of suit that you'd bring to a wedding, nor a funeral. It was just one she wore on the regular. A ninja suit, so to speak. The girl had, well, beautiful eyes in Naruto's opinion, and he had seen her many times throughout his time in the academy. He remembered that this girl was in his class, or technically is in his class. No, not necessarily yet. Sooner or later it's going to be was, since he's leaving the village. Naruto would slow down. And when I say slow down, I mean slow down a lot. As he looked into the eyes of the girl who we all know as Hinata Hyuga. And he would say, sorry. Hinata didn't know what was happening, but she knew that something was wrong, as she tried to ask Naruto where he was going. But Naruto would continue. He had no time to stop now. He had no time to stop for anything. Naruto now got out of the village, as he knew what he had to do. Create a village. What do we need for that, Sukuna? Sukuna thought to himself, well, your village, at least the one that you were born in, the one that you just left. Well, they had many buildings, but they also had many ninja. Now, question is, how are we gonna get these many ninja? Naruto. Well, now that you've spring this question onto me, Sukuna, I'm really not sure. Do you think we can use bandits? Mere bandits for our great village? Maybe if you train them, Naruto. I'll only accept them if you train them. Fine. I want as many ninjas as possible, so I get 1,000 bandits. Then, after, they're completely under my control. Once they're completely loyal, of course. I'll then have them build the village that we desire. Seems good to me, Sukuna would say. What sounds good to you is excellent to me. Your standards are far too high, Ryomen. Well, I am a king. What do you expect? Of course my standards are high. Yeah. Naruto would then set out to collect these, well, bandits, I guess, as... Well, not necessarily, I guess he is going out to collect these bandits, as he would find many bandits, and until he found 1,000, he wouldn't stop. This would take about a day, as there are an abundance of bandits very close to the Leaf Village, as well. A lot of them get the stupid idea that they can just attack the village and, kill the Hokage, that kind of thing, but they really don't know how the system works. Bandits are stupid, at least these bandits are. Now, with that being said, Naruto would train these bandits for about 3 months, until They knew Naruto's strength and how powerful he was not to oppose him, and also until they got strong enough so that Sukuna wouldn't mind them building his, well, I guess you could say, home in a way, and B, wouldn't mind them being around since he could respect them for their power, knowing that Naruto himself trained the bandits. Now, 100 of these bandits wouldn't actually work on construction. Now, what would they work on, you may be asking? Like, Army X, what are you talking about? Well, put simply, they would be working on collecting more bandits. This would basically work by them going out with their superior skill. To basically rank these bandits, they are about tuning to Jonin level, give or take. Now, the ones that they were picking up were like Genin level, so what they would have to do is collect a ton of these bandits, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and sometimes thousands, and then they would train them. And by extension, the military power of this newfound village, which didn't even have a name, would grow exponentially. Now, this village could even surpass lands like the lands of, for example, the land of Tea. Now, with that being said, we now have a time skip. A time skip of how long, you may be asking? Well, a measly but still long 1 year. There were now 10,000 bandits among Naruto's village, who had now been converted into full-blown ninjas. Jonin/Chunin gear and everything, headbands and everything. Naruto's village now also had a name. What that name is, you'll figure out very soon. The name of Naruto's village was known as the Village Hidden in Power. Its leader, the Uzukage, the first one at that, Uzumaki Naruto. Now, you may be asking, well, is Sukuna included in any, like, the village, like the village's name, anything like that? Well, he is in a way. He chose it to be the Village Hidden in Power. And Naruto chose to be known as the Uzukage. With that being said, Naruto had grown a lot stronger too. Excuse me, I had a burp. Now, with that being said, how much stronger? If we put it on a scale, that's, I like to use scales in most cases for this kind of stuff. Genin being Sasuke, and Kage being, Itachi. Naruto is right under the level of Itachi. So yes, he's grown a lot, and I mean a lot, stronger than he was before. I think this Naruto could actually tangle with Itachi. Now, beat, not necessarily yet. And how has he been training? He's been training with Sukuna. Both mind training, where he trains with Sukuna in his mind, and both physical training, where Sukuna guides him, and he gets stronger that way. Naruto had also learned many things from the bandits, like, for instance, how to make a fire. What bears, what wolves, what animals in general were best to hunt, when to hunt, how to catch prey, which also helped in his fighting, as you may have anticipated, or may have not. Now, with that being said, Naruto had decided that one thing was clear. Once he saw that his village had gotten enough power, he was going after the leaf. In secrecy, Naruto would train 2 men. These men were known as the retainers of Naruto. And Sukuna had decided upon 2 men to train himself. They were known as the retainers of Sukuna. So, the retainers of Naruto and retainers of Sukuna, respectively. All of them were somewhat equal in power, varying in skill and jutsu. A part of the stuff that Naruto did in the year gap / time skip was gathering jutsu for his village, multiple scrolls as well. He thought about just stealing one from the Leaf Village, but he didn't want to get caught, and he couldn't be seen. any of the high-ranking ninja who would be in any position to guard a scroll would know what Naruto looked like. He had already known that they were looking for him, and that they classified him as a rogue ninja, even though he was none of the sort. Though some reports had said that he was a missing nin, and others say MIA, or in other words, missing in action. Naruto didn't mind any of the titles, but it was laughable to him. He was never a ninja. Them claiming that he was a ninja must just be to get him back to the Leaf Village, because they want his great power. They want his abilities. Now, with that being said, Naruto had started to form relations with actual villages. What I mean by this is, of course, villages like the Land of Tea are villages, right? But great nations. So, for example, the village hidden in the clouds, or the village hidden in the sand. The village hidden in the leaves is actually an example as well. But yeah. So, with that being said, his first meeting was with the Raikage. Now, Naruto would meet the Raikage about a month later. From the year time skip, a month would pass, and then he would meet the Raikage. And his village has definitely grown in number. Naruto would then meet the Raikage in a place secluded from most, hidden by many trees, but there was a small opening within the trees which allowed them to sit and talk. Naruto brought some sake for the Raikage, while the Raikage did the same. The Raikage was curious, though. Why was a kid in charge of this village? Or was it just that the kid was sent as a sort of, talking piece for their leader, the Uzu Kage? Naruto would then speak. I am the Uzukage of the village hidden in power. You can call me Uzumaki Naruto, or Naruto Uzumaki. Now, I'd like to discuss a treaty that our ninja cannot fight one another. You want a treaty? Why? I thought you were going to ask for resources in exchange for something else. No. I merely want a treaty between you and my village. Well, are you the leader? Of course I am. I announced myself as the Uzukage earlier. My bad. Sorry. I'm just a little surprised. I've never seen a kid in charge of such a strong village, or at least one of that number. I see. And why the name? Why the name The Village Hidden in Power? Well, it's really simple, eh? Go on. I chose The Village Hidden in Power because our village only has ninja in it, or people with the skill of ninja. Are you kidding me? No. So the reports were true. What did the reports say? That your village was entirely made of Genin, Chunin, and Jonin level ninja. I see. Have you been spying on my village? Yes, if only a little bit. Actually, from my knowledge, all of the Kage have. What do you think of it? Tell me. It's unique, that's for sure. I was expecting you to say that it's magnificent, but either way, can we have a treaty or not? Sure, we can have a treaty. Is there anything else? Yes. I would like to ask. There are 2 Jinchuriki that you have. Well, if you're asking to have either one of my Jinchuriki, I'm not going to give you either one of them. Yes, I was not going to ask that, but I already know. In my opinion, at least from how you talk about them, they seem very special to you. They are. They're like my brother and sister. I see. Well, either way, I would like to request to speak to either one of them. Preferably both, but if only one can come, I am completely fine with that as well, and I wouldn't mind being able to just speak to another. Speak to another? What do you mean? Well, you see, Naruto would lift up his shirt. I am also a Jinchuriki. You've got to be kidding me. His hair is just like Minato. My apologies. This is Rami. When I was editing this video, I realized that I really messed up there, but just don't mind that. Meant to say Minato. I'm serious. Back to the video. Minato. His hair. Just as blonde and starking. His chakra. Just as ominous as that one red-haired chick. Naruto would clear his throat. Oh, my apologies. I was lost in thought. But the Raikage continued to think about it. And he's a Jinchuriki? He has to be from a leaf. With a chakra signature like that. And he's a child. The leaf has only been shown to produce such prodigal ninja at such a young age. Well, the leaf and the hidden Cloud Village. But besides that, I would know if he was from our village. Hey, kid. Yeah? Are you from the hidden leaf? I was wondering when you were gonna ask. Yes, I was born there. But I left at the age of 8. I see. And now you've created your own village. Am I to believe that you were working with a leaf? No. You were Sukuna, what is it? Naruto had been interrupted by Sukuna inside of his mind. At this point, Sukuna and Naruto can now talk at free will, instead of having to do something that could, kill you. Well, I was just gonna say, he's probably met your father or mother. That's how he knows, at least. I see. Do you think that they were enemies? Most likely. Alright. I am Uzumaki Naruto. You may know my mother and father, though I do not know who they are. Yeah, I know them. Thought so. I have a question. Were they brave? Were they powerful? Your mother was probably one of the strongest women I've ever seen. And your father, well, he could rival my own strength. I see. Who was he, if you don't mind me asking? What? You don't even know who he was? Well, either way. He was the 4th Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, Minato Namikaze. Naruto paused for a moment, getting back into his normal stature and position. I see. Well, thank you for your time. Send a scout whenever you're... What, Sukuna? Again, Sukuna had interrupted him. Well, would you let me talk to him? Fine. Well, Raikage, I was just gonna ask. While you're at it, can you bring me some more sake? But you're a kid. Well, it's a long story, but... The body I'm in is a kid, but I'm very much an adult. I see. Well, I'll make sure to include some more sake. If you cannot tell, whenever Sukuna tries to talk, Naruto's voice becomes a little like kind of thing. Like he wants to say something, it will be hard to explain, but I think you guys get the point. Now, with that being said, Naruto would return to his village. As he would speak to the whole village, I mean, like a public ceremony of sorts. And he would say a few words. I promise you all, we will destroy the Leaf Village. Woo! Many of the villagers cheered. That's our Kage. Lord Uzu! Lord Naruto! Many screamed. With that, Naruto walked away as he sat on his own throne. His own palace. And with that, this is the first part of What If Naruto is the Reincarnation of Sukuna. Yeah. With that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If I got anything wrong, please let me know. Since I've really not watched that much. I have watched all of the anime, but I haven't read any of the manga besides chapter 1 in the volume I have that I decided to pick up to distort, or sorry, my bad, to support the manga and mangaka. But with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy it, it would be nice if you guys could follow / subscribe and like the video, maybe comment. But yeah, with that being said, Rami X. Oh.